E3 Electronic Entertainment Expo is the tentpole event where over this 20-year history, the major publishers, the Sonys, the Microsofts, the Nintendos, from Sega to Electronic Arts, all through this history have come to the central location to show off their latest video games, video game systems. This started in 1995, and originally it was the video game section was part of the CES, Consumer Electronics Show, where the Consumer Electronics Show, they would show TVs, they would show new electronics, and video games had their own little section. They'd have it in Chicago and they'd have it in Las Vegas. My friends and I went to a couple of them. During the 16-bit era, video games were just getting bigger and bigger. They had to do something, the video game industry had to do something because they were just getting way too big. They outgrew the space they had. So after 94, the major companies formed the Electronic Software Association, and they just decided to, hey, we can have our own event called the Electronic Entertainment Expo. They had it in 1995 out in Los Angeles. And for just the majority of its history, except for a few years it was out in Atlanta, E3 Los Angeles has been the home. There's been great events. 95, the release of the PlayStation in the United States, the announcement, if you've just the one word comes up, $299, leaves. We've seen game announcements. We've seen Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 2, 3. As the show has gone on, it has morphed into something different where a couple years they had it like a industry-only trade show because usually the last few days were open to the public. This last year, of course, with everything going on, we didn't really get an event. We had a virtual event. Companies have been going in and out of, like Sony doesn't participate directly with the E3 nowadays. They have their state of play streams. Nintendo has their Nintendo Directs. Xbox have their conferences. This year's E3, I think, is kind of a new experience because it's going to be a virtual event. And with the virtual event, fans can sign up and really have some interaction with the E3. E3 2021 is going to kick off on Saturday, June 12th. The official schedule has been revealed, which we will go over in just a moment. Fans can now register to be a part of the global 4-day virtual event that will feature digital presentations from major industry publishers such as Nintendo and Microsoft. We'll have panel discussions, celebrity appearances, exciting reveals, and more. Fans can register at the E3 website to gain access to the E3 2021 online portal and app, a key hub for the duration of the show. The full list of exhibitors with virtual booths can be found on the E3 website. Lounges, online gathering spots for all E3 attendees. Forums, there will be special boards for focused online discussion and sharing among attendees. Leaderboards, gamified elements that can be collected and displayed, encouraging fans to interact in as many ways as possible. Profile creation, all attendees can create and customize their own unique profiles. The online E3 2021 portal and app will also feature the E3 live broadcast with interactive overlays that include viewer polls, featured tweets, and more. Here is the website for the E3 online interactive worldwide Game On. Let us go to event details. You can scroll. If you go to e3expo.com, stay in the game, you can register, you can get the newsletter, and you can also register for fans for portal access. I think it's kind of cool that we have this interactive events, and I've been to a few interactive events. They're done well. When they're done well, they're done really well. I think this is going to be a great experience for us fans. You have Nintendo, Xbox, Ubisoft, Square Enix, Verizon, T2, Razer, which makes peripherals for the PC, Capcom, Freedom Games, Mythical, Warner Brothers Games, Bandai Namco Entertainment, Gearbox Entertainment, Sega, NetEase Games, Binge, Heroku, 24 Entertainment, and the Intellivision Amico. Participating companies, there's a whole list there. Marvelous Xseed is one of them. Looking at some of the names. Arcade 1UP, their media partners that we'll be covering. Participating companies with the virtual booth. So if you want to look at Bandai Namco games or Capcom, Gearbox, IGN, Freedom Games, Nintendo, T2, Square Enix, Ubisoft, Sega, and many more, they'll be participating in this great event. Saturday, June 12th, Ubisoft, Gearbox. Sunday, June 13th at 10 a.m., all the times here are Pacific, you have Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, 12:15 Square Enix, 2 p.m. Warner Brothers, 2:30 a PC gaming show, Future Game Show at 4. Monday, Verizon, interesting, Intellivision, Take-Two Interactive Panel, Mythical Games, an indie showcase, which some of the best games I feel that are coming out nowadays are indie. Capcom at 2:30 and 3 p.m. Razer. Tuesday is the big day for a lot of people because that will be Nintendo's Nintendo Direct and Nintendo Treehouse Live, where hopefully we'll get some information on The Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary among their key franchises. Bandai Namco Entertainment, Eureka Studio, and then at the end of the day, we got the Play for All showcase and the official E3 2021 awards show. A lot of companies I feel are going to make this a great experience for everyone that watch it. Make sure you participate. If you haven't signed up for it, it's free to sign up. Take advantage. Even if you're not going all days, maybe there's a few companies that you want to get information on. Interact with gamers. Let's have some fun. This is a great community. This is a great time for games. Even companies that don't officially participate in E3, they still have announcements through this month. It is quite a pop culture celebration. Speaking of celebration, the Final Fantasy series, we've talked earlier, has a lot of memories for players throughout the years, whether you played it on the original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, PlayStation 2, 3, 4, Game Boy, DS, 3DS, or the remakes. The Dell's pop question is, what are your favorite Final Fantasy series moments? And keep in mind, there might be some spoilers for some people that haven't played Final Fantasy VII. Super Bomberman R Online. We'll see how well I do against 63 other players. Here we go.
Beautiful.
As you pick up key power up. See, I can plant 2 bombs now. Ah! Get away! Oh, did I? Oh, I thought I had him for a moment. Oh, I got greedy and we get 2 lives.
The battlefield is where I belong.
And then once it counts down, we'll go into other rooms. Oh! Then you have to wait for the countdown to come out. Players who keep on going into different rooms. You see the outlines of where the blocks will fall.
And there's a beautiful statue.
Oh, that was close. Oh, I sat literally right there. You can watch players play. Now I'll get points for how long I stayed. Oh, I gotta level up. So I can start a new game. You can watch the battle. You can, I can go to the different rooms, see what players are doing. You see the X's on the screen that just kind of shows you what rooms are closed. They have to get to the safe area. This is a lot of fun, but it's also, yeah, just as chaotic. Let's see what these players do here, and then we'll wrap up. I think that person just stood in the way of his own bombing. Did that one bomber just literally throw about 5 bombs? I think that one's toast. And then the player dominated the board, so they'll get all these power-ups. Now the player has free run to collect all of the, as you see as the countdown goes, you can I think as the kids say, now the players just flex and just throwing the bombs all over the place. There's 4 rooms that are opening, that are staying open. As you see, players are starting to come into each different room. You can also get Super Bomberman R for various consoles, and it's not a multiplayer game, a battle royale game. It is a full-fledged game. You know, right now we're looking at room 6. I can go to room 10 and view. Whoa! We caught that one just in time. I love the announcer. Reminds me, sounds like a Street Fighter 3 announcer. Whoa. Now they're down to 2 rooms. You see as the last players just keep on going smaller to smaller rooms until you bring pretty much all of them into one battle. Looks like you got 4 in room 7, about 3 in... You had 3.
I won't slip up again.
And then just like last week's live stream, you have different Konami characters that you can play as, which each all have different abilities. Oh, did that player just walk into the bomb themselves? So now we're down to the best 4. Please proceed to the safe area, which now they're all on board 7. Blocks will fall. And then after a while, just if you ever played any Battle Royale games, they start shrinking the board. Bomberman Showdown, the final 2. You see different bombs have, oh wow. Different bombs have different abilities. You're able to do different things such as throw bombs. You can punch bombs. Oh, he was able to, that Bomberman player, they were able to pick up the bomb and throw. Oh.
There! Oh no!
They were punching the bombs to move them. Wow. saw where they punched the bomb and it literally threw it from one side of the board to the other. Hurry up. Now it's going to start putting mines or, yeah, block, start closing in the board, forcing them to fight.
There! 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 Oh no!
Oh, nice throw.
There! There! Oh
Oh, did they both at the same time?
no! I won't slip up again!
Wow.
Training and win next time.
The truth hurts. That is it for this episode of Delve Live. I want to thank everyone for staying with me, watching this, and commenting during the live stream. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you follow us and like us on our social media platforms, which is YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Pop culture is something to be celebrated for everyone. Whether it was us original Final Fantasy VII players way back in '97, or the 16-bit era RPGs for Super Nintendo and Genesis, to the modern day remakes and remasters, there is always something for all of us to get together and celebrate. Hopefully everyone is looking at E3, seeing some of the game announcements from your favorite developers, your big developers, and your indie gamers. With that, thank you again for watching. I'm Tom Morris. We'll see you next episode of Delve Live.